Hello and welcome to the last Cherish Ball interview I'll be doing. Well, at least for this season. Fooled you all. No, Cherish Ball has concluded, and we have a crowned champion who has so kindly joined me this evening. And yeah, why don't you go ahead and introduce? People already know who you are, but let's give them the rundown of who exactly you are again.
Exactly, I am. So I'm Panda. I've been in NCAA for over a little bit over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Started off in repeat ball. Uh, Made playoffs there, but didn't win. And also did ultra ball there, and then made finals, but I lost there. But then after all of that, I won three times in a row, double premier, and then Cherish. So it's been a good run. It's been a pretty good run here. And
Yeah, it's so the first season you were in two divisions and you finished second and third, I think.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then you went back to back Premier, and then you went into Cherish Ball,
yeah,
which is pretty crazy. Your
yeah.
run here, you have one of the more dominant runs in our, well, in the server history for sure, but maybe even in the franchise entirely. So, I get right to the good stuff here. I don't skip a beat. So,
Yeah. Okay.
you on Cherish and you are the server champion. How does it feel to say that you are the server champion?
Um, I mean, yeah, it feels pretty good. I really like the community here, so it's nice to like win something like this, and also just like I think the whole concept of just having like like every single champion from like whatever division play against each other was a really cool idea. And I found it really funny that I was playing against a well-known like singles player, so singles versus BGC was also kind of funny to see. But yeah, I liked the whole concept of it, and this whole format was really well executed by you. And yeah, I'm happy to say I won it. It was fun.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed it. You're seeking the rewards of it. What did being able to play in Cherish Ball mean to you as a draft player? I would say.
Mean to me. Um, hmm. Well, I guess as a draft player, it was pretty big, I guess. It's usually I've won a bunch of leagues, but this one was definitely more of a higher skill cap considering you're facing so many like well-known and good players here. And
Mm-hmm.
as the draft player, it made like a great competition. Like I think, especially like this wasn't like a draft league site. It wasn't the draft league site, but like me and Quick were like back to back first and second, and we played against each other, which was really cool. And I beat him, so that
You
means I'm
beat
the
him
best.
twice.
Exactly, so that means I'm the best of the site for sure.
Could you imagine if this was on the website? We would
It'd be
it would be the
crazy.
best ranked league on the
No,
site
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, it was big. It was big, and um, I've been playing a lot of card. And I'm glad my playoff games are on card. Had a few Shogun games. But yeah, it was fun. I think as a draft player, like all the games I had were fun, and they were tight. A lot. I had a lot of tight matches,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it made it a pretty interesting season. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed my team too.
Yeah, would you say it was one of the harder draft leagues you've played in, to say the least?
Mm,
Probably not the hardest, but
Hardest is kind of hard to say,
yeah.
because I mean I've been in a bunch now. I've been playing draft for a little bit more than a year now, so hardest. It's definitely up there for competition wise.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do have a pretty solid run. I make playoffs every time usually, and like our semis game, for example, that was pretty tight. That could have gone any way. Um, might not even been finals because there were just some reads and some stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that made it pretty challenging. And even though I had a pretty strong regular season, there were a few close matches too there, and yeah, so the competition was definitely tight, and yeah, I could say it's one of the harder sides.
Yeah, that was the goal. Was to kind of make it, the people who did well, to put them in the arena and say, all right, who is the best? And
Yeah.
based on the crown upon your head that I spent so much time putting on there,
Yeah.
you deserve that. So, did you go when you went in when you signed up for this division, or I guess accepted the invitation? Did you expect to make it to the final and then to be the champion, or was this like a pleasant surprise that you made it this far?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, I expected to make pretty far. I mean, finals, like I usually expect to at least make playoffs
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I like to do. And so far, I had a pretty good streak. Finals, probably not. But yeah, I wouldn't say I expect to win because like I'm not that cocky. I mean, like I do have a good amount of games I win, a good amount of leagues, but can't be doing too be too cocky now and then. But yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to win. I thought I mean even though like my team was really good, there were a bunch of other great players here,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't confidently say I was going to win it all.
Yeah, was being the first overall seed in the standings. Did that play any impact into like your confidence as far as like, okay, I know that I can make it all the way because of this finish?
Mm, it definitely gives like the motivation boost. It's like whenever the team is ranked higher or you're in the same games, it kind of puts you on that pedestal,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of gotta win. And in
Yeah.
some ways, it can be pressuring because um like I know like before the finals game, I was having a pretty bad losing streak actually in other leagues, and everyone kind of like they kind of know you as a consistent player, and when you start doing it, it's like you gotta kind of keep it up. So sometimes it's kind of hard, but yeah, I mean, just that it still motivates you.
Mm-hmm.
When you win, it feels nice. When you lose, it kind of hurts a little bit because you're kind of like everyone expects you to win, but it's just a game at the end of the day. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a game, but we're all clawing and fighting to get the title of champion. So,
yeah, for sure.
and it was a lot of fun for the season. And why don't we go ahead and switch over to my fancy other screen? This is it. This is the squad that you took into Series 9, 24-man draft, and boy, was it a pain in the ass to deal with from somebody who had to play it twice. So I guess
Yeah.
before we get into the team, so we were playing Series 9 VGC 24-man. Going in, what were your thoughts as far as like, okay, pick order is obviously going to be, I would say, less important in 24-man, but
Right.
also the fact that you have to make sure that you get like your core pieces together. So just going in, did you have any thoughts as far as like what you wanted to do or how the 24-man drafts impacted any of your decisions?
Right. So I was 23rd overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my biggest mistake at first, I spent like a day planning, like, multiple plans because there were multiple ones I want to try. Like one was, I mean, Metagross actually, which you had. Another one I think was like Tabuffini. And I knew they wouldn't make it, but I still like wanted to plan with it because I always plan my teams ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of Snipes and what. And like literally like I I thought Velasquez would make it to me, but like he got picked like two picks before me. And one non that really stuck out was the Gold Dress, which I never used before. And I was really surprised that it got to me at 23rd. Um, it wasn't like I mean, there were some games that really shined, like finals was really good. It was really good versus T, but for the most part, it was like, it was still a really good month, but everyone had to prep for it. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
really like the Gold Shoes right shoe combo. Right shoe was probably like my best support this season. And that's why I got it back to back because I also probably get into tomorrow, but right shoe just with speed, it's just really good with it. And it was this huge nuisance this whole season. I really enjoyed using it for the first time too. I never drafted Raichu or Goltris in draft. Um, the
Just a
rest were kind
natural
of
at this point. Just pick up a combo and roll with it.
yeah. And from there, it was mostly just comfort picks like Latias. It was going to be a Latias or Latios. They're both fairly similar. I think I really like Latios for the power, but Latios is still nice for Tailwind and bulky.
Mm-hmm.
I even maxed it a handful of times in all the games. Um, the Gorgeist, I've used it before. It's always been impressive, and if you have sort of fun in those games. Shout out to Chad, the weakness policy
Yeah,
Gorgeist.
and I want to kind of bring
Nice.
up. I think Gorgeist is the mon that I at least affiliate with you the most because I've seen you use it quite a lot. So
Mhm.
before we get continue, what does like being able to use a mon that you're very comfortable with? How does that help you play in a division like this?
Um, with ones I'm comfortable with, I mean, it just I don't know, it kind of helps me like kind of flow chart things or just know my leads better, knowing like how to use a certain mon. Like I don't know, like I really enjoy using frisk mons, especially just knowing the items right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can play with it. That's how I like mons like Gorgas or my last Premier team with Neuver and stuff. Like frisk mons, I think like it's really strong. And even with mons like Azu, I had really good experiences with before. Like just like that raw power and just knowing like just like you just let like I think I ran like Lumbear or Life Orb most days, and that's all I needed. It was even without the Life Orb, Lumbear was just help with the burns and to do damage. And this whole team was just most of damage. I would damage my opponent or installing with because I do the bulk too, which is the nice coaching
Mm-hmm.
snarl stuff to boost the team. The team just had a lot of support in offense. Um, I guess some odd ones were Aegis Slash. Um, I only used it once versus Night Front, right? Yeah, versus Night Front, and it was okay there, but it was just kind of a steel type. All my students got sniped because I was 23rd, and yeah, it was okay. I don't think it was my best fantasy core I ever drafted, but yeah, it
It's
was
a
still nice.
fantasy core at that. You'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Magma Order, I always liked Magma Order. It was I won my first league with it, so that's was nice. It was a little underwhelming here, to be honest. I think every time I brought it, it just kind of just died and we picked up like one KO. But it's still nice, I guess. Glalie was actually I know like I think Glalie was like one of my favorite low tiers. You got me onto it. Like once you got me to go to the train. Like once I saw you start using it, I started using it just for the inner focus scarf stuff. And
We'll have to let Oxawave know that we got
yeah,
you on
now
the Glalie train as well.
now yeah, I saw you use it and a bunch of other players use it too. I saw after, but like you started it for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it since and it did put in some work here and
Inner
there.
focus is just such an underrated ability.
No, yeah,
Like
it's
whenever you can go choice scarf icy wind on an inner focus mon, that just gives you so much tempo.
yeah, inner focus is like Brisk on my favorite abilities. Also, hit on Shane's also in the team, which
Mm-hmm.
also surprisingly did a lot of work.
And
Well,
has
it was
inner
also
focus.
exactly. It was. I think it was. I think every time I used it, it was mostly scarf or sash, but
Mm-hmm.
scarf coaching, fake out, stuff like that's always nice. Um, Nidoking, pretty disappointed by it actually this time. I've always enjoyed using it, but it was like almost always bench on the matches. It was good in practice, I guess, but I could never bring it to an actual game. I think I only brought it once, and it died, and I don't think I used it at all that
Sad.
the rest of the season. So yeah, a little disappointed that one of my favorites, but sadly couldn't do it this season. But yeah, this was a really good team. I really enjoyed it. Still surprised I got the 23rd Goltress,
Yeah,
but
that's really weird looking back. I'm gonna have to rewatch the how the draft played out and see if anything looked weird. But yeah, that was kind of
yeah,
strange. It fell that far, but you very much took advantage of that. So,
yeah.
so I have a few questions. You can see them, but others can't. So I will just read them. So, what surprised you the most about this team? Like, was there a mon or like a play style or a move set? What was the most surprising part about playing this team?
Most surprising. Um, I guess just how like disruptive some of my support was because like we talked about a little bit earlier, like how Raichu and Gore guys were just really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like most weeks I was running I think for Raichu and Gore guys were basically the same stats. There's like Trick Room, Grass Ghost Move, Protect, or Will O Wisp and stuff. And Raichu was always Sash with Fake Out and stuff. And man, like those ones are good. You can run the same sets and they always do it. And anybody knew Raichu was a good mon, but
Mm-hmm.
like I always thought it was like a little bit expensive for you know like that. And you know what? I really enjoyed it still. And Gorgeous, really surprised me. At least in finals too, the damage output too, because we haven't talked about it. It has so many forms, so you can run
Mm-hmm.
bulky, you can run fast, and you can run a really offensive set. And I mean, for the most part, I was always running a bulky set, but being throwing it off for my finals game, make it going off a bang using something totally different was also really fun. So it's
Mm-hmm.
surprising myself. So yeah,
Yeah, and then I guess it leads into the next question of would you say Gorgeist is the Mon that really stepped up on this team as far as like you knew Moltres and Raichu were good, but would you say that Gorgeist I think took this team to a whole new level?
yeah. I think Gorgeist and also kind of Azu in a way. I feel like Azu I brought because
Mm-hmm.
Azu I brought every week. I think it was the only mon I brought every single week. So Gorgeist and Azu. I mean, also I already knew it was strong, but the fact that I brought it every week, was that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean Azumarill with what huge power and Dynamaxing is much bulkier and stronger than most people think. So
yeah,
like I remember the week one game you OHKO'd Virizion with Max Starfall, Max Virizion, which
right.
I think it surprised. Well, it surprised me when we tested, but also surprised your opponent and everybody who watched.
Yeah,
So
that was a
that
fun
was
game.
beautiful.
The tailwind just to make it
Yeah,
outspeed.
yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite move set that you used on one of these mods? Just like a personal favorite. Like, did you do something really cool that you really liked?
Hmm. Let's think about it. Um. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's probably the weakness policy core guys because now that I think about it, most of my move sets were pretty similar. There's always kind of the same six items because like these mons, you can just kind of throw like the same items and
Mm-hmm.
you get the results you want, right? Weakness policy core guys was just really fun. I
Yeah,
was getting all
it,
those one hit
it was
KOs.
also very effective in that matchup.
Yeah, so I think that was my favorite set because it was something just different, and different's always fun.
uh, yeah, different
Yeah,
fun, and whenever it catches your opponent off guard, it's even better. So
yeah, exactly.
especially in the finals.
Hmm.
All right, so you've mentioned a few of the mons here, but which mon did less than you expected when you drafted it?
Um, I think I mentioned the Nidoking already, but
Mm-hmm.
besides that, mm, I guess I mean, yeah, I think the Aegis has been more worth the Magmortar. I guess the Magmortar, just because I just needed a fire type, right? A low tier fire type, and
Yeah,
it
you
was
needed to
there.
scrap at the D tier fire type.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's decent for its value. It's really strong, but
Mm-hmm.
it is frail as hell because I remember the one time I brought it to the mix, it died to a life orb bear tick, and that was really sad. It was a little pathetic. So
Yeah,
I guess that's fine, a little
poor
disappointed. And
Mag
then
Mortar.
yeah,
You're
poor
better in
man.
Nat decks.
Yeah.
All right, so what was your, I guess, most memorable match from this season? Like, obviously, you can say the finals, so I'm going to ignore that one. Was there a different match that you, like, will remember for a bit? Probably not forever, but, like, for
Um,
a bit. Like, what was the most memorable match of the season besides the finals?
there were some good ones. But probably the one I lost with Lilac, I was. I mean, we were both kind of mad. I know. Lilac was like mad at first. Then, she got the sleep, and then I had the
Yeah.
icy would
And now
miss,
she's
and
bragging that she beat you.
yeah, only one. So that's for sure memorable. And then Galele don't got me. That's
Glalie.
all I can say from that match. That's what I remember. And also like that day, like the game went on a little bit longer than I thought, and I missed my bus. So that's also why I remember it.
Oh,
Um, but
that's a little unfortunate. Did you still make it on time to where you were going, or did you?
I know it was a little late, but it's okay.
Okay, that's good.
It
You weren't
wasn't
that
a huge
late.
deal. But yeah, that's kind of memorable.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
any other thoughts on this team as far as like this is the team that is like that won the server champion and will be
Um,
engraved forever.
any other thoughts? I don't know. This team was strong, man. I had the power. Um, I guess like the weakness policy procs too were kind of funny. Like a lot of mons I got could just proc any policy. Like you can get Sucker Punch. According to South, you can proc a Galadias with this policy. You can get a Gorgeist policy with Sucker Punch of other mons. Ice Shard and stuff. The team itself just had so many tools that I didn't even get to utilize. There were some things I wanted to try, like Gorgeist. It also had Trick or Treat for the Gold Tricks, which I wasn't able to do.
Oh, that
This,
would have been sweet if you would have trick or treated
yeah,
like a fairy type or something.
yeah, exactly. So like, if I had more time on this team, there were a lot more tools I could have used. So that's something I would say. Just this team just had so many tools, and it was just really fun.
Yeah, it was very fun to watch your run throughout the regular season and the playoffs. Very dominant run at that, going what 5-1 regular season and then rattling off three in a row to claim the title. And
Yeah,
yeah, there's no more I can say other than congratulations. You are the
thank you,
first
man.
server champion, and you will be uh, engraved in the server somehow. I don't know how yet. I'm still figuring that out, but
It's all right.
we'll figure it out. We'll do something special for that, and also I plan to try to do Cherish maybe every year, maybe every 2 years, something. And with the win, you're allowed to defend your title.
I like that. I'm
So yeah,
already.
you're already qualified. You don't have to worry about winning a division like some scrubs.
Yeah, I got the free win streak going. I gotta keep winning.
Yeah,
Like
of
that's all.
course. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for this interview. Thank you so much for joining me for this. It was a
Yeah, no,
pleasure to be able to see this, I guess, play out. And yeah, no better fitting champion than one that decided to not lose Premier Ball.
yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Just special shout out to you again, just for making this possible. Again, this was really well made, and I know this has been planned for a long time, and it was really cool to see it actually come out. So, so yeah,
Yeah, super happy it worked out better than I envisioned, to say the least. So, all right. And my trademarked closing is my name is Spades, my guest server champion Panda, and we are out.
yeah.